Any revival among white people that doesn't bring with it a deep love for black people, zeal to divest from white power, and a passion for social justice is not a revival. I don't even know what to say. What's up, guys? VinceDao here. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are new. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Asbury revival. If not, there's basically a huge Christian revival going on right now at this university. It all started when some kids refused to leave a chapel service, and it's turned into this 24-hour worship service that's gone on for, I think, like 10 straight days now. So pretty cool. To me and many other Christians, it's inspiring to see, and we all pray that this becomes a larger movement to restore our faith in American society that could probably use it right now, if you know what I mean. But people find a way to get mad at everything, especially when Christianity is involved. In fact, I'm sure we have atheists in the comments getting mad right now just at the fact that I'm making this video, but it is what it is. Like it or not, there's a strong connection between the prevalence of Christianity and the prevalence of conservatism in America. This is true. Even if you're not Christian, I hope that you're humble enough to admit this and understand why I am talking about this. But anyways, this super woke guy named Kyle Howard, who calls himself a historical theologian and preacher who emphasizes racial and spiritual trauma. Keep that in mind as I read this tweet, because I think getting pissed at a bunch of college kids peacefully and lovingly worshiping Christ is unhinged regardless. Like, even if you are an atheist, you're really gonna look at this and get mad at that? A bunch of college kids at church? Like, chill out. But this is a supposed Christian or something, and keep that in mind as I read this tweet, okay? Any revival, quote unquote, among white people that doesn't bring with it a deep love for black people, zeal to divest from white power, and a passion for social justice is not revival. It's merely a faith-based euphoric experience. He goes on to say, spoiler, the Great Awakening wasn't great or an awakening. Black people still had chains. Okay. There is so much wrong with this tweet, but let's just first point out the falsehoods. So the last part about the Great Awakening is totally devoid of history. In fact, the Great Awakening of the 1830s was the driving factor in the abolitionist movement. A fact that is even acknowledged by the not-so-conservative History Channel, and is such a mainstream understanding that it's even taught in our school system, which is not exactly very right-wing or very Christian. Okay, but reading from the History Channel, quote, historians believe that ideas set forth during the religious movement known as the Second Great Awakening inspired abolitionists to rise up against slavery. This Protestant revival encouraged the concept of adopting renewed morals, which centered around the ideas that all men are created equal in the eyes of God. This is a pretty known fact. William Lloyd Garrison, the first prominent leader of the abolitionist movement, was a big Christian moralist. And you call yourself a historical theologian, dude? Yeah, historically illiterate. There would be no abolition without the Protestant revival of the 1830s, aka the Great Awakening. Okay? So you're just wrong. And that's just false. So next he basically says that any revival that doesn't teach social justice and racial grievance politics is a fake revival, which is funny because these are the same types who say that religion shouldn't be in politics, right? You want to ban abortion? No. Church and state, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to far left racial grievance politics, that's just fine. Anyways, to clarify the record on this, there is no such thing as a social gospel, right? Which is the idea that Christianity is really about critical race theory or social justice or something. No, there is one gospel. And the gospel is the path to eternal spiritual redemption, not social justice. Ironically, these social justice types never actually teach the real gospel or read from the Bible. Case in point, that He Gets Us campaign that you've seen on TV doesn't mention the word repentance anywhere on their website, but they will teach you about how it's your Christian duty to support open borders, right? Anyways, you know what I see in this tweet though? It's basically just hater behavior, right? He's implicitly jealous that all these college kids did something that he isn't. Because no one is saying not to start a revival within Black communities. Ideally, I wouldn't want deranged white people hating lunatics like him leading them, but like, who doesn't want revival? I guarantee you every single kid at Asbury would say they want a revival in this guy's community just as much as theirs. But instead of starting one, this guy just stands there and hates on a bunch of passionate college kids for essentially no reason. It's just, those dang white kids going to church. How dare they do that instead of voting for reparations? How dare they read the Bible instead of the He Gets Us campaign website? Well, unlike this guy, I actually do want to see revival in all communities of all colors. But I will say, in response to the sentiments of this tweet, I hope for an authentic revival in the Black community that teaches the actual Christian gospel, not a false gospel of social justice and hating white people or something. And there's no denying that the progressive and social gospel runs deep in our society. But before I close, I would just like to reiterate, these kids aren't being political or anything. This is not even the March for Life. All they're doing is worshiping God in a church on their campus. And what's his response? You're white people, white kids. But of course, it's those kids that are all the racists, right? It's not you that has a deep hatred of white people. It's not you with the problem. It really does go to show you that if Christians retreated from politics, if we stopped advocating against abortion and gender theory and all the stuff they attack us for, they would still find a way to get mad at us, because here are a bunch of random Christians just worshiping in church, and they still go after us for no reason. But I'll pray for him. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this guy. Let me know what you think of the whole Asbury revival. Do you think it's going to spread? What do you think are the implications? Let me know in the comments below. And before we go, if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. Starting at just $3.99 a month, you can get exclusive access to perks, members-only videos, and the Discord server that is coming very soon. You can join at the link in the description, or hit the join button on the channel. But okay, until next time, folks, Alpha moves only. God bless and peace.